Alright guys, it is January 27th, 2010, FFA Push Up Challenge Day, I'm going to say 23 now, although I might be off a day. But Obama's jobs push, tax cuts for small business, polls show Americans want eyes on the economy. I've been saying it all along. Like I promised, I was going to talk about the Supreme Court ruling on free speech in regards to corporate lobbying and spending. Now, I did a little search on a few news sites, and I really had a hard time finding a lot of concrete evidence that shows that this is really a good step in the right direction for the citizens of of America and for voters. What I found was that the ruling was handed down in the sense that the Supreme Court was looking at the letter of the law, the free speech, and any citizen, any American, or any group of citizens, such as a corporation, has the right to free speech and money to sponsor ideas that promote free speech, money that goes to advocating a certain issue and in a certain opinion on that issue is not unconstitutional. And in fact, they found a law that put limits on the amount of corporate spending in elections, in campaigns, in lobbying was unconstitutional. So they struck down that law, and it set a precedent that a lot of newspapers, a lot of editorials, a lot of opinion pages, and a lot of news correspondents are saying is not really such a hot idea. Now, whether or not the Supreme Court acted right or wrong, I mean, it's not for the Supreme Court to pass rulings down for what the citizens feel. It is to interpret the letter of the law in regards to the Constitution and enforce that law. Now, the steps that I think Congress needs to take well, before I get into that, actually, I want to say that for anybody who doesn't really understand too much of the issue, what's going on is that a lot of people are saying that now what's going to be able to happen is corporations are going to be able to spend freely an indisclosable amount into elections, into campaigns, into financing, and into lobbying for established members of Congress and senators and House of Representatives and the like. And one scenario that I read on the New York Times talked about how companies are going to be able to leverage representatives to get their interest across. One such example was an example where a company will be able to say either give my interests special attention, appropriate funds in a certain manner with a certain bill up for debate in Congress, or we will lobby against you in the coming elections. And that's a scary thought. I mean, to imagine a world where a lot of the corporate, a lot of the campaign videos, a lot of the campaign messages, websites, a lot of the ideas that a representative has is either supported for or fought against by corporations lobbying to have that money appropriated. I think that there has to be a careful separation between the corporate world and the political world in the United States. And this ruling is going to allow that division to be severely bridged. And it's why, if anyone saw the State of the Union address, it's why Obama addressed that issue and the need for Congress to get together to pass a piece of legislation that allows that allows that measure to be taken back with a constitutional ruling that reforms in some way how corporate America can lobby representatives and get their interests involved. And I think there needs to be some kind of governance on that. Otherwise, you're going to give free rein to corporations to step in and pull the strings for a lot of representatives, especially in areas, governors and the like, where raising millions of dollars can be the key between a successful victory and a underfunded failure. So hopefully Congress will get its act together and pass some kind of comprehensive bill to combat this ruling's issue, the issue that this ruling has created. So I'll wait to see that. Now, as for the push-ups I did yesterday. Hold on. Okay, just making sure I have enough battery as usual. The rulings that were passed down yesterday. Whoa, sorry. Way off topic. No, sorry. The push-ups. Push-ups that I did yesterday. I tried to do them all 40 in a row, and I ended up getting only to 37. So I decided to give it another shot. My goal is to get those 40 push-ups done by day 30. So hopefully we can do that. So I'm going to start that right now, and we'll see if I can make it to 4-0 this time. Keep getting stuck at 37, so I prefer that I could at least get 1 or 2 extra in there. Now, here we go, okay? Ready? Ah, 40. 40 in a row. Now, somewhat half-assed. Somewhat, I know. But hopefully by day 30, I can knock out those 40 all in one shot. Now that was tough. But then I was cheating a little bit, so I do my best to make sure I get those 40 as solid as possible come day 30, okay? So that's it for the update for day 23. Day 23 of the FFA Push Up Challenge. See you guys tomorrow for day 24, okay? See you guys later.